What do I have to do to get you to do an intro in your radio voice?
I don't even remember what was my radio voice.
It was just, cheesy, like...
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay.
Hey, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Tea with Justin and Tashina. I'm Tashina. This is Justin.
What? No. Come on.
That was it.
No, that wasn't it. You did it so much better before. You started
The
out.
pressure wasn't on, I think.
There's no pressure.
I feel pressure.
Ah, Jesus. The story
I think
of
it's
your
too
life.
that I just said more, whereas before it was so simple.
Well, okay, just do the hey, everybody, welcome back to Coffee and Tea with Justin and Tashina. Like that.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Coffee and Tea with Justin and Tashina. I'm Tashina. See, it's gone. I can't do stuff like that on command, I don't think.
All right, well, welcome back to the show, everyone.
Beautiful, beautiful intro there.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? The podcast is obviously, now it's available on Google Play.
Oh.
So it's been added to a handful of new audio-only platforms.
Okay, I know Spotify is one.
Yeah, Spotify is one, Anchor is one, now Google Play is one. It's not on Apple Podcast yet, but you can, obviously, if you have Spotify or Anchor, you can listen to it on an Apple device. But now it's on Google Play. So
Cool.
Google Play it. If you are named Tiffany and you're going to go walk your dog, then you can listen without having to, have your phone on YouTube.
The whole time?
Yeah, just open without the lock screen. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Tiff is fancy and she has YouTube Premium and she can lock her phone and still play it. But
Maybe.
Just in case, or even if your name's not Tiffany, please feel free to enjoy the audio-only version on podcast platforms.
Yeah.
Everywhere podcasts
exciting.
are sold and given away. So, in episode 10, it's episode 12, we asked people if they had listened all the way through to tell us by saying something about red vines. Mm-hmm. And I don't know about you, but I had assumed one person would listen all the way through.
Same.
And I assumed that person was your mom.
Who wouldn't comment?
Who wouldn't comment? Really?
Yeah.
You think your mom would get to the point in the video in which we say, if you've listened this far, leave a comment, and she wouldn't do it?
I don't think she's ever left a comment.
Oh, she has.
She has?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then I've missed it.
I think she has.
I don't know that she has.
I'm pretty sure she has.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then it's
I
rare.
know she comments on stuff I post on Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she has.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, regardless.
Yeah.
We're both pretty blown away.
Yeah, there were... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, please.
I was going to say there were so many. Mm-hmm. And I was expecting, one.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
So we had both thought that, maybe one person.
Yeah.
But there's a ton.
There's so many.
Yeah. It's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
I think there were 13 at last count, which is, 12 more than I thought there would be.
Same.
So thank you, all of you. Adventures in Polish Land. By the way, thank you, Christina, for commenting. Mm-hmm. I don't think we're going to read all the comments. Some of them are kind of long.
Yeah, it's more than we were prepared for.
Yeah. So we're going to figure out a new system of doing this to acknowledge people going forward, and maybe a new ask of something for you to do. But just know that it means so much to us that, I mean, honestly, I was like, oh, maybe I should try harder toward the end of the episodes, because honestly, I've just kind of been like, nobody probably listens this far into the episodes. Whatever.
Yeah, same.
I mean, Anyway, Adventures in Polish Land, Brittany Adams commented, who said she's never really understood the difference between red vines and Twizzlers, which is come on. There's a massive difference, Brittany. You should do a taste test for us.
Yeah, I was going to say, I could see if you haven't had both, or if you didn't have licorice often or whatever, I could see it.
Yeah, by the way, Adventures in Polish Land, Christina has never had red vines. A lot of these people have never had one or the other, because I didn't know this until recently. It's a very regional thing. Even into different countries.
Yeah.
One exists and the other doesn't. I didn't know that. Here's Butts. Great username. What? And they're in Canada, and they've also never had red vines.
Oh, so when I first saw the comment, I just saw the username, and I was like, "That's probably Mike."
What?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't. Okay.
Poor Mike. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Now Mike really does hate you. Michelle Cruz. Thank you, Michelle. Yeah. Again, they have Twizzlers, not red vines.
Yeah.
Where Michelle lives.
I think red vines are an American thing.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I think that is part of it.
Shayla or Sheila Phillipson. She said that red vines taste like plastic to me.
Dang. Twizzlers don't taste like plastic to you?
Yeah, I mean, listen, they're definitely not the most natural candy, but of the two, I think red vines are much less plasticky. Erica Duvall loves red vines.
Yay.
Brittany LW said that they're loving these chats and that red vines are disgusting and Twizzlers are much better.
What?
Wrong.
Okay, so I'm curious,
Wrong.
for people who feel that way, why?
Yeah.
Why? Is it a taste? Is it a texture? Is it a lack of waxiness in red vines? Like, what is it?
The first time I had Twizzlers, I threw up.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
I was at the theater watching a movie with my mom and was like, "Oh, those things look good." I think I'd maybe seen commercials for them,
Yeah.
and I decided to try them, and I ate a bunch and vomited.
I'm sorry.
I forgive you. Molly Capel hasn't had red vines in a long time, but they used to buy them in Costco-sized bins.
Amazing.
Yep, which is what we have over there, except that it's empty because we ate it in like 4 days.
It took a little longer, but yeah.
Rooker, Rookerr, says they're a West Coast thing.
Interesting. I could see
But
that.
they grew up in the Bay Area and now they live in New York, so they buy them online.
Wait, you have to buy them online?
Guess so.
Wow.
Seems like they'd be available somewhere.
But if it's a primarily like Twizzler area.
Yeah. Vegan Beauty Addict said something, I don't know.
That's so mean.
Just kidding. Well, she didn't really say anything other than just proving that she watched it, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
And I'm giving her a hard time because we're friends.
Yeah.
Just so everyone here understands. Cade Schenk said that red vines are superior to Twizzler. You are 100% right, Cade. By the way, do you remember when I said I wasn't going to read all these and now I'm sitting here reading them all? Well, we're on the last one. Amy Pop X. She said over here, she's in the UK. There in the UK. They said they have strawberry laces, which I think is the cutest name for anything in the world.
Laces, yeah.
Strawberry laces. Over here we have strawberry laces.
Yep.
Harry Potter.
I was going to say, you sound like one of the little kids from Wind in the Willows.
May I have some strawberry laces, Mr. Toad? Yeah. Anyway, they did say, though, that they're not like Twizzlers or red
I can
vines.
see that.
Apparently it's something totally different. It's like a thin kind of rope. Strawberry lace is what it's like. I would love some strawberry laces.
Yeah,
I
it'd
want
be
to
fun
try
to
that.
try.
Yeah.
I will say, I do think the ultimate superior licorice is panda licorice.
The red one? Or
Red
the black
and black,
one?
I like both. They actually have, I think, raspberry, cherry, and black licorice.
Yeah, I think we had the raspberry that I loved.
Yeah, panda licorice is what I grew up with. It is the ultimate superior licorice.
True.
But of red vines and Twizzlers, I have to go with red vines.
Yeah. Well, is Twizzlers even considered is that considered a, what's it called?
A licorice?
A licorice, yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't think it is.
I think it's a licorice-like
to
candy,
me-
but I don't know what defines licorice necessarily.
To me, Twizzlers is like the Splenda of candy. Like, you're like, okay, it kind of looks the same. I could see how people could use this in a pinch, but like, it's not something you would ever want to eat. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it had its roots similar to like Spam, where like there was, in the midst of World War II, they were like, we need to find a way to make super cheap candy to send our troops, and the Allied forces fighting the Nazis. And so they like invented Twizzlers, and it's like, we have all this leftover industrial waste. We can dye it red and turn it into, dye it red and add sugar and corn syrup and call it a candy. That's my theory. Are you looking this up right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Twizzlers was first made in 1929.
Oh, man. So in between the world wars?
Yeah. But this is weird, though, because then this other thing says the original flavor was introduced in 1845. But this also says, okay, the company was founded in 1845, but they didn't make Twizzlers until 1929.
And no business record survived. That's a callback to this episode. You'll hear it later.
This is very fascinating.
Okay.
So when they were purchased by Hershey's then said, no, they've always made Twizzlers. But they didn't always make Twizzlers when the company was founded.
Well, as we know from watching that show, a lot of these companies did some shady stuff.
Yeah. So
The Food That Built America, or I think The Food That Made America, something like that. It's a series about food on Amazon Prime.
So, sorry.
It's okay.
Technically, it is not licorice. They don't contain licorice extract, nor do they advertise being made from licorice.
It's just
it's that they look like it.
It's the chemical leftovers, the Splenda of licorice. Okay, maybe we should move on because we're still in the intro.
Okay. Sorry, now I'm interested.
Fine. No, I am too. We obviously should have had this discussion during the actual episode because I there's so much more I'd like to know.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll revisit that next time.
Yeah.
So in this episode, we talk about Harry Potter. We talk about Triscuits.
We talk about Wind in the Willows.
We talk about Wind in the Willows. We have an argument. Well,
it's
kind
not
of
an argument.
No, I really wanted you to do a Southern accent, and you just dug your little heels in.
I very firmly said no.
Yeah, and then we talked about what we should call the people, what we should call you, our dear listeners and viewers, that is, unique to people who listen to and like this show.
Yeah.
And we're open to suggestions. Oh, okay. One other thing that I'm super excited about.
Okay.
I really want to tell the long version of this, but since we're in the intro, I will give the 10 peso version.
Okay.
Which is, I had an idea for something we could make, which is mugs.
Yeah, I love that idea.
I want to do coffee and tea mugs.
Yeah.
And I'm not exactly sure how the design would be, but I have some ideas. And I priced them out, and so far, don't quote me on this because I was like super tired right before bed when I was looking at this. So maybe I didn't enter in the right stuff. Like I didn't upload a design or any of that. But I think the pricing would be around like $16.
Okay.
Which to me seems like a lot for a mug.
It does seem like a lot for a mug.
But this is basically what we'll be able to do is upload the design, and then people will be able to order it and it'll ship directly to them. It's not, we're not going to be, we don't have the money, nor would we to invest in buying a bunch of product. And then if we did, we wouldn't have a place to store it and then to ship it out. It would just be a mess.
We will not be shipping and packing.
No, we'll have to have somebody else handling that. But tell us if you think that that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I know, again, it's a lot of money, but I also feel like it's kind of a one-time thing. And if we're not carrying any inventory, then it's not a big deal if only one person ever buys one. I still think it would be worth it to make them, because I would buy one.
Yeah, me too.
So kind of what I'm thinking is on one side it'll be like a logo, like Coffee and Tea with Justin and Tashina. Thinking we'll do two designs, because one will say tea and the other one will say coffee. And I'm thinking too that I'll design them in a way that like mine says tea on this side and yours will say, wait, how do you hold your mug? Yeah.
Honestly, I hold it like this.
With your left hand?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But then when I drink it, I don't like holding the handles when I drink.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, well, I don't know. We'll get into the details of how we do it. But I'm thinking that mine will say tea and yours will say coffee. And then people can decide which one they want. But both will have the logo
Yeah.
on one side.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I think it'd be really fun.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. And it's not often that you come up with like a product idea that so perfectly fits with what we do.
Yeah. It's very rare.
Yeah. Okay.
It's exciting.
Well, what do you think? Should we get into the episode?
Let's do it.
We woke up with snow on the ground.
It's super exciting.
Yeah, a little bit in the trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I knew, like I told you yesterday, I knew it was supposed to snow last night. I didn't think it was going to stick.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Applesauce is preparing herself to run because the
Oh.
neighbors are being so loud upstairs. She thinks it's an earthquake. Okay.
Applesauce,
They've
it's
calmed
okay.
down. It's okay, baby. You're okay.
She's like, yeah.
So, what have you been up to, Tashina?
What haven't I been up to? Let's see. What did we do yesterday?
I think you played Animal Crossing.
I did play some Animal Crossing. I'm playing the Pocket Camp. It's the free one that you can get on an iPhone. It's really limited, but I'm playing it, and Jess from Vegan Beauty Addict is playing it too.
Yeah.
And it's really funny because it keeps when the other person isn't playing, it'll put the other person in as like on an island. Hi. And so I was playing yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, it's Jess!" Like it was just funny. Yeah. So I played that some.
Yeah, and then you were upset that she wasn't cheering you on.
Yeah, she said that my character cheers her on when she's doing things, and so I was like, "Cool, maybe her character will cheer me on." And so I did stuff. Nope. Didn't care. No response. So I was a little sad at the computer for that, not at Jess. But still, though, it's kind of funny to see her because it's just a game. So what are the odds? Like, I feel like out of everyone that's playing it, the odds that they would be like, okay, here's this person you know. But we are friends on there, so I'm sure that increases the likelihood. Yeah, so I played that some. It's been fun. It's been a nice distraction. It's been something different. And just worked. Yeah.
Cool.
What about you?
What did I do yesterday? Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to figure this out last night, actually, because I felt like I worked all day. But then when I really thought about it, I was like, what did I do, though? Like, what did I get done? I think it was just, like, little things here and there. So, honestly, like, I don't really remember. Like, by the evening last night, didn't really remember.
Okay.
So it must have been pretty important stuff.
Clearly.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Sorry, I'm still waking up. My brain's like a little slow right now.
Yeah. I think it seems like you're starting to push back getting out of bed later and later. I think that's part of it.
Yeah. It's also too.
I'm going to throw this cable over you. Go ahead.
Oh,
It's also
when I
too.
get out of bed, I like to do things in a certain order.
Okay.
So if I'm not able to do things in that certain order, I start the day feeling a lot stressed out.
Okay. Well, forgive me for this observation, but wouldn't it help you get those things done in the way and order you like if you got out of bed right when your alarm goes off, so that you have more time to do those things?
It's not about time. It's about this, like, it's that some of them that I need to do, like okay. So the first thing I like to do is like go in the bathroom.
Break it down. Give me your.
So I like to go in the bathroom, wash my face, moisturize.
Okay.
So if I'm up and you're in the bathroom, I can't do those things first. And then if I go do something else, then I spend that whole time feeling like anxious that, okay, I'm not washing my face, I'm not moisturizing right now, so it's going to throw off my day.
But when I came out of the bathroom, you didn't get up and go into the bathroom. You laid in bed.
I got up and I went into the kitchen. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying I like to do things in a certain order, and if I'm not able to do that, then it like decreases my likelihood of getting out of bed.
Okay, but all I'm saying is the reason you're not able to do that is because you're not getting out of bed.
But you talked about how I'm not getting out of bed when my alarm goes off, and I'm saying that's why. It's because you're getting up.
So as long as I'm not in the bathroom at 5:30 when your alarm goes off, you'll hop right out of bed and
it increases the likelihood dramatically. Yes.
So no is what you're saying.
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying no.
Okay.
Give me a break.
I didn't give you. I have not given you a hard time at all for getting out of bed late. It's just an observation. I don't mind. We can start it. We've been starting at like 6. That's not.
Yeah, and I'm here at 6.
Right. I understand. We were starting earlier. Now it's been pushed back to 6. But I don't care. That's fine with me.
Okay.
I just figured you needed extra time. I didn't know you were blaming it on me.
I'm not blaming it on you. I'm just saying I like to do things in a certain order, or else it starts my morning off on the wrong foot, and then all day I feel like I'm running behind.
Do you feel like you're not being heard right now? Because
Yes.
it seems like you're repeating yourself a lot.
Yes, I feel like I'm not being heard.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I get it. I'm the same way. Mm-hmm. I totally hear what you're saying. So yeah, I'll just not be in the bathroom at 5:30.
Okay.
If you had just told me that earlier, I would have just not been in the bathroom at 5:30. It's not a hard thing to do.
Okay.
Okay. High five. For those of you listening, Tashina just made a fist and fist bumped my high five. So I like that you refused to do a high five, but you didn't refuse to lift your hand and bump my hand.
I'm not going to refuse the gesture.
Okay. Agree to disagree.
Anyway. But yeah, mornings, I don't know. It's been tiring lately. I've been doing a lot during the day.
Yeah.
Even yesterday, even though I played Animal Crossing, I still did a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
So, and like, I mean, I think mentally things are very tiring for me right now. There's a lot going on, and then we're putting out more content. So I'm trying to be more engaged, but also at the same time, I'm getting more emails. I'm trying to create content, and to do that, usually I like to schedule blog posts. I like to schedule Instagram posts and kind of get ahead. And basically everything I had scheduled for Instagram over the next month, I don't schedule out literally everything, but I like to schedule out things so I have options if I'm busy that day and something can go out. A lot of it needed to be reworked because it was like, here's this cute outfit of me when I'm like at this restaurant, like just stuff that felt really inappropriate to post right now, at least with how the caption had currently been written. So I'm trying to there's a lot of little things going on that I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
So it's tiring. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what did you do yesterday? You said you can't remember? Like you're just not sure?
Yeah, like I just did random things,
Yeah. You talked to your brother. You talked to your mom.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't going to list all the things I can remember.
I know. I'm just saying I didn't know if any of those were highlights. I don't know.
Yeah, it's always great to talk to family.
Oh, you told Kanako about the pancakes you made.
I did, yeah. So I made those like fluffy vegan pancakes the other day.
Yeah.
And supposedly the recipe or like the dish, whatever you want to call it, is Japanese. And my sister-in-law, as you know, is from Tokyo. Yeah. And so I told her about them because I always whenever I do anything sort of if I'm drinking sake, I'll take a photo of the bottle and send it to them. Yeah. Just show them that I'm thinking of them, and it's something fun that we relate, to. Anyway, I had asked her, is this actually a popular Japanese thing, or is it just one of those things that Americans are like, yeah, this is popular in Japan, but it's not actually?
What is it? Is it popular?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I would like to know. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah, she confirmed that, like, yeah, that style of pancake is actually like a popular thing in Japan.
That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah.
It's very cool.
You're very cool.
Thank you.
I read a really funny thing on Twitter this morning that I thought you would love.
What is it?
It's about Triscuits.
Mm-hmm. The cracker.
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, let me just like read you the first couple tweets because it's not that long, and I
Wait, the first couple of tweets? Okay.
Yeah, it's a thread. Excuse
Okay.
me. It's a thread about Triscuits, and I really think you're gonna love it. It's by a guy named Sage Boggs. Actually, I don't know if it's a guy. It's by a human being with the username Sage Boggs.
Okay.
And it's spelled exactly how it sounds, Sageboggs. Okay. So tweet 1. Okay, buckle up. I want to talk to you about Triscuit. So obviously I'm going to click through to the thread.
Obviously.
Oh, my phone was on airplane mode, so now it's not loading. Sorry. Embarrassing.
Amateur hour.
Yeah,
I'm
I know.
joking.
Several years ago, I was at a party. Brag, in parentheses. And I spotted a box of Triscuits. I asked everyone, what does the word Triscuit mean? It's clearly based on the word biscuit, but what does the try mean? I'm great at parties. The consensus was that try means 3, maybe 3 layers or 3 ingredients. On the box, it does say, made with 3 simple ingredients. That's an aside. It's not part of the tweet.
Okay.
No one knew for sure, though, so I Googled it, but here's the thing. Google didn't seem to have any official answers either. Just more guesses. So we went straight to the source. We emailed Nabisco, and the response we got a few days later shook us to the core. Here it is. And then he posts the response, which is, thank you for your interest in our Triscuit crackers. No business records survived, which specifically explained the origins or inspiration for the name Triscuit. But we do know the name was chosen as a fun derivation of the word biscuit. The try does not mean 3. So I'm just going to leave it there because the thread just gets funnier and funnier. But go ahead, yeah.
So they're saying, okay, the records were destroyed. That is strange in its own. Was there like... But then the fact that they're like, there's no records, but it doesn't mean this. How would they know if there's no records?
Okay, right. So it's funny that you ask those questions because that's exactly what he says. So later in the thread, he says, also, no business record survives? What the hell happened at the Triscuit factory? Did the building explode? Did someone run out of the doors and yell, it doesn't mean 3, right before perishing in a giant blaze?
Yeah, like I'm thinking, is it like on... what was that show we watched about like the starting businesses here? And one of the cereal factories burned down, the Post factory.
I think it was the Foods That Built America. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, was it Post?
I think it was.
Or was it the other one?
General Mills?
I don't remember.
I think it was Post.
One of them burned down. Was it like that because of...
They don't know.
Also, too, if there's no business records, that doesn't necessarily mean that there aren't like idea records or journals or something else. Like... This doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, maybe they were saying all inclusive. You know, they were kind of including all those. But yeah, I agree. It's and
this is fascinating.
So in the thread,
it's
by
so
the
dumb,
way,
but it's so interesting.
In the thread, he solves it.
He does.
So if you really want to know,
send me the thread, please.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
I request one thread.
And if you, dear, okay, so I'll get back to that in a second. But let me just say that if you're listening or watching and you want to know, again, the username is Sageboggs, Sageboggs on Twitter.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I like the idea of a sage bog. That's very cute.
What do you mean?
Like a bog is like a swamp, so sage bog. That's cute. Okay. I like that.
That is cute.
Okay, continue.
Also, kind of a fun name. Like I could see a real person being named Sage Boggs.
Yeah. I feel like in a movie they would have to be played by, like I could see like Michael Cera playing someone named Sage Boggs.
Oh, see, I was
Sorry, go ahead. Well, he'd be playing like an American hipster named Sage Boggs. Or you would have like, what's his name? Like I could see like Meatloaf playing a character named Sage Boggs too.
Interesting. Yeah, see, I was gonna go less American hipster and more
Patrick
Tashina.
Stewart. Anyway.
Ow, sorry. I hit my Ugh. Whoa. Do you ever realize that you just can't focus your eyes that close to things?
Yeah, it makes me uncomfortable. No. Anyway, sorry, I interrupted you in my excitement about Patrick Stewart, which I now regret saying I don't know that would be a great fit. If it was like a comedy movie, not a serious movie.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking of like a blonde white woman in Daisy Dukes and a flannel t-shirt tied at the waist. As like, I'm Sage Boggs.
But I feel like...
Can you do a southern accent?
No, I can't do accents.
Let's hear it. You have to try for the audience.
No, I don't want to.
Yeah, you got to.
I don't want to. That's funny that you go to like a southern Daisy Duke type character. Because I go to like...
I'm not saying that's what it has to be. I'm just saying of all the things that popped into my head, that was
no, I'm saying
one of them.
Yeah, that's funny. I picture like I feel like it'd be like... it would be like, going back to Wind in the Willows reference, like a Mr. Toad type character or like a Badger type character from Wind in the Willows. I see one of those as Sage Boggs. More like a Badger, I think. Because then the name is comical. Like in a Wes Anderson movie, I feel like there'd be a character named Sage Boggs that's like Badger from Wind in the Willows.
Yeah.
And the name is part of this quirky irony, or not even irony, what am I talking about? This quirky humor about the character is that he's so proper, but his name is Sage Boggs.
Yeah.
And he'd be played by Adrian Brody. That's a good one. I like that one for it.
Okay.
Yeah. Adrian Brody, Sage Boggs. Perfect match, in my opinion. I might change my mind.
Okay. That's healthy to do. You should try it more often.
You. What are you drinking today?
Southern accents. It's a new tea I'm trying.
Oh, really? What does it taste like?
It tastes like a very tumultuous and complicated history that has not yet been fully resolved.
Good description.
Thank you. What are you drinking?
Oh, hi, applesauce.
Applesauce, what are you drinking?
She's like, me? I'm drinking Berkey water.
Oh, applesauce. You are, aren't you? She
She's
does
so cute.
love Berkey water and all water. Primarily, she likes moving water. We have a little fountain that actually Tashina... Well, so we had a fountain previously, but Tashina's mom gave us a new one.
It's so cute.
Yeah, it's basically shaped like a little daisy.
Yeah.
And then the water comes out of the top of the daisy and falls down into the flower pot, quote unquote.
Yeah. It's so cute to see them use it.
Yeah, sometimes applesauce will just lay down next to it and stare at it. Or stand... Or sometimes, like, she'll drink, but she won't drink to the part closest to her. She'll lean all the way over it and drink so that her entire, like, neck mane just gets all wet. It's pretty hilarious.
My favorite is watching Bagheera drink out of it because he licks the flower petals, but he'll do it where there's no water. I
Yeah.
don't understand his logic.
I don't know.
It's really funny and
He's a
really
weird
cute.
cat.
Anyway, I'm drinking coffee from Beanbox. I think this is my favorite of the one that was
Nice.
in the sampler I got. Yeah.
Do you remember which brewery it's from?
I don't.
Oh.
But
Okay.
it was the sorry.
No, that's fine.
It was the one that had like the illustration was like an oil rig or something on it. Like it was some
Was it
industrial type
Walkin'
thing.
Box? Walkin' Boss?
Yeah. Yeah, it was that one, which I think this is my favorite of the ones that I've had from them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. And full disclosure, Beanbox did send Tashina a box of tea or coffee to
Yeah.
try. So,
Which has been really nice right now.
yeah. Yeah. It has been because just from my perspective, because you haven't been wanting to spend a ton of money on trying new coffees and and you love coffee.
Yeah, I love coffee.
I'm glad you've had something to try that's new and different. And
Yeah, me too.
yeah.
Because obviously, like we've talked about, we're not going to the stores here right now.
Yeah.
But when we do go, what's there's not like small roasters. And I really enjoy being able to try different, unique things. And so when we go to the store and the most like non-mainstream brand they have is like Stumptown, which I love Stumptown. Stumptown's good. Or Sight Glass, which I do like. Those are like, they're good. I like them. But I want something different too. Like I want something that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I mean, I drink the same tea every day, so.
But when we can find slightly different teas, it seems like you're interested in trying them.
Yeah. I like having like the base. It's not that I can say I'm a huge fan right now of Whole Foods or Amazon.
Yeah.
But I also feel like well, not necessarily Whole Foods, but Amazon is sort of one of those companies where you're like, this doesn't seem good that you're so big, but I also don't really know what to do because no one can really compete with you.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's the like 360 organic. They do like a black tea and a green tea in these boxes that are incredibly affordable.
Yeah.
And I get them to make kombucha because, again, they're organic and they're cheap.
It's like what, like $4 a box?
Something like that.
Yeah.
But I think the green tea has more bags in it than the black tea.
Yeah.
But anyway, I like that one as a base. And then when we can find something that's a little more like creative and fun, then I like to have that in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like for a while we were doing the Constant Comment decaf, which is like an orange spice black tea.
Yeah, I really like that one.
That tea's really good. I
Yeah.
think it's been discontinued, which is super sad. I can't find it online. And
makes
before,
me sad.
I know, before when I couldn't find it online, our Smiths had it, but I forgot to check before all this happened to see that they had it. So we don't have any currently. So you're just doing straight black tea.
Yep.
But we have
good.
some like vanilla caramel black tea that I've put in there a couple of times. It's fine. It's really sweet, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's a dessert tea.
You and I have very different ideas of what's too sweet, though.
Yeah, we do. We definitely do.
Pretty much opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Wow, there was something else I wanted to say. I don't remember what it was. But there is something else that I want to say that I do remember. Okay, so whenever we're talking about our dear listeners and viewers, I try to acknowledge that, like listeners and viewers.
Yeah.
And last night I was thinking like, oh, we need to come up with something else to call our audience.
Yeah.
And something that's kind of like endearing.
Okay.
And I'm not really sure what that is.
Yeah.
And I feel like there are a lot that easily come to mind that are like kind of cheesy and lame. Like, you know, we're drinking caffeinated beverages, so we could call them like caffemaniacs or something. You know, like something.
Caffemaniacs.
Just something silly, right?
Dang.
But you could imagine like a radio show in the 90s or 2000s be like if this were a radio show.
Good morning, Caffemaniacs.
Yeah, exactly.
How's it going today?
Right, exactly. Like, okay, so I just do want to acknowledge that you did just do an accent. There's a radio announcer accent.
Yeah, it was actually, as I was doing it, I was like, this reminds me of Raw Beauty Christie when she was being Guy Fieri.
Diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Yeah, which I love both of those things.
Yeah, Raw Beauty Christie is amazing, hilarious.
That video was one of the first things I ever saw from her.
Yeah, same.
And so it very much shaped my opinion of like, I love this person.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh man, she's so good. So anyway, yeah, like right, like you just did. That was perfect. The Caffemaniacs thing. Like,
yeah.
Like jug heads. I was kind of thinking because like you drink so much that it's like you're drinking a jug.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a stretch, but this is my point: is that I'm not really sure what it would be. And then I know you're not going to like this one.
Okay.
And then I thought about Baby Tashton. So years ago, Tashina and I had a roommate, and Tashina and I have had a history of like bickering and like not like fighting.
No.
But you're around each other as much as we are. There's gonna be some little things here and there. And we also had and have kind of a tendency to sort of like qualify what the other person is saying, or like not observe the 80% rule, which is if the other person is 80% right, then you don't need to correct them. Mm-hmm. We have a tendency of being like, if you're not 99.9% to 100% right, then I'm going to correct you. And so when we would get in this thing, our roommate would joke that we were baby Tashton.
Yeah.
And now whenever if Tashina eats a ton of food and her tummy's like, even if we're just laying there, I'd like pat her little tummy and like, oh, baby Tashton, like, I love you so much.
So you want to call the listeners and viewers baby Tashton?
No, I don't want to.
Okay.
I'm just saying
So this is uncomfortable.
I'm just saying so far it seems the most appropriate.
Yeah.
Which means we really need to figure something out.
Okay. Let's figure something out.
I probably shouldn't have put that out there without a better option, because now what if people are like, yeah, we want to be baby Tashton?
I don't think people want to be called that. I'd be like, I'm RSVPing no to this. No, thank you. Do not refer to me as baby anything.
Not even cute little baby Tashi?
You can, but in general.
I only call you that when I'm referring to you as a baby. Like when there's photos of you.
Yeah.
Like if I'm like, oh, look at these photos of cute little baby Tashi.
Yeah, you don't call me that in her day-to-day life.
But I'm not like, good morning,
It'd be
cute little
pretty
baby
condescending.
Tashi. Sweet little baby Tashi. So let's brainstorm.
Oh. The pressure's on. I don't know. It's tough. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. It's early in the morning. I haven't drank much of my coffee, so my mind is not like rolling.
It's got to be quick and concise, like preferably one word.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's why, like.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, no, go. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I mean, I guess I could just say audience, dear audience, but
Dear
there's
audience.
nothing like inspiring about that. Nobody's like, like just like your whole, hey everybody, welcome back to Coffee and Tea with Justin and Tashina. Like today we're talking to one of our audience members. It's
Yeah.
just, it's not very endearing or like community inspiring.
It's not. I don't know. I don't know.
All right, baby Tashtons, weigh in the
No.
comments and let us know. What
Do
you
not.
think.
I mean, weigh in the comments with any suggestions you have, but don't get attached to baby Tashton because that's so awkward. Please.
I think it's too late. I think they've already.
No.
I think people are printing T-shirts right now as we speak. I'm just saying.
No. Actually, that's impossible because literally as we speak, we're the only ones hearing this. So no one's printing T-shirts.
Once again, Tashina finds a way to remind you that we're very separate from you.
I'm not trying to. I was trying to be funny.
Well, try harder. I'm sorry.
That was mean.
I'm feeling a little bit saucy after your refusal to not do a Southern accent.
I'm allowed to say no.
Of course you're allowed to say no. Maybe we should combine our names in a different way.
Justina. It's just as bad.
No, that's worse. It's worse because my cousins used to call me that.
Why?
Oh, because they're all like macho, like I'm a good dude because my dad beat me when I was a kid, and that's what every kid needs. Like dudes who were like, you must be gay because you don't like football, like. Except it wasn't with an accent like that. It was.
Yeah, I was like, where is this coming from?
Anyway, so they'd call me things like Justina, and sometimes I wore girl clothes.
Well, that's stupid of them. I
Yeah.
can't think of a better a less harsh word.
Huh.
It's very judgmental and rude.
Yep.
Yep. Because there's nothing wrong with not liking football or wearing quote unquote girl clothes or any of those things.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we haven't opened the front door in 48 hours, at least.
No. I was thinking about that today. I'm like, we should go for a walk. But it's been raining.
Snowing.
Well, yesterday it rained during the day. Yeah. And then the day
Snowed
before
last
that, it was thunderstorms.
Yeah.
We had like a brief window when we shot the Tuck B-roll.
Yep.
Because it has been raining on and off for
It
days.
started raining while we were shooting.
Yeah.
It started sprinkling. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like if there's a chance today, we should get some fresh air.
Yeah.
But we've been opening the windows. That's been helping.
That's almost like going outside.
I mean-
opening the windows while you're on your computer is very.
It's better than nothing. It's
Yeah.
better than nothing.
True.
But yeah, we have not left the house at all.
3 days is usually the point at which I start to acknowledge or really realize that I haven't gone outside of the front door. Not even to check the mail. Like
Yeah.
I want to make that clear. Like we're not talking about like I walked outside and checked the mail or did
Yeah.
anything. We're talking about literally the door has been locked.
Yeah, no
And
one
closed.
has gone through.
Right. None shall pass. And yeah, we've been doing great at staying home.
Yeah, super good.
The-
We're good at it anyway.
Yeah, that's true. But like I can count. I know exactly all the things that we've gone out and done
Yeah.
in the last like week. Like I rode my bike to the UPS store
Yeah.
and then I forgot to mail something, so I went back. Mm-hmm. Those are 2 interactions in one day.
Yeah.
And then I went to the UPS store a separate time. I'm working backward in the timeline, not forward.
Okay.
I went to the UPS store a separate time, but they weren't open, so I came back home.
Yeah. We went for a walk.
We went for a walk. I went to the grocery store, which was now, I think, 8 days ago,
Yeah.
just to get a couple little things here and there.
Yeah.
And then a few days before that, which would now be like over 2 weeks ago, we both went to the grocery store.
Yeah.
And then prior to that, I think a few days before that, we had gone to the grocery store.
Yeah.
So there you go. Now you know all the times that we've left the house and all the things we did while we left the
It's
house.
very minimal,
Other than that, yeah,
which is how it should be.
we're saving a ton of money.
Yeah.
I
We
mean,
are.
not that we like, because of where we live in relation to being downtown and the fact that we don't have a car, going out to eat really was not a big part of our lives.
Yeah.
And the Exploring Salt Lake series that we were doing and obviously is now on pause, that was kind of like that sort of became our main thing for going
Yeah.
out and doing stuff.
And that was going out way more than we had in a long
Yeah,
time. Like,
totally.
I'd say normally.
Once a week is a lot to go
Yeah.
out to eat.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. I think normally for us, maybe once a month.
Yeah.
Like, I'd
It-
say, yeah, probably once a month
I
is
think
accurate.
I think this has been an interesting year for us because it's really depended on like since we moved out here,
Yeah.
we've like made new friendships in kind of different pockets.
Yeah.
And all those friends have different habits or different I mean honestly, different jobs.
Yeah. Different jobs. They're in different areas of town.
Yeah, like we have friends who some who work from home, some who own their own businesses, some who are employees, some who are employees and get paid really well. So total
Yeah.
mix of economics,
Yeah.
and that has had a huge impact on when we're spending time with them, the amount of money that we spend.
Yeah, totally. Totally. And we've tried to keep it like, what's the word I'm looking for? I was going to say variable. We've tried to keep it like responsible overall, I would say. Like at first we weren't that great at it because we were just excited to be somewhere different.
True.
I feel like there were so many restaurants here we'd been reading about. We wanted to try. Like it's super vegan friendly here, more so
Yeah.
I'd say than the Bay Area, like the San Francisco Bay Area.
Yeah, and I have some criteria for that too, in case somebody's saying there's no way that's true.
Oh, it's completely true.
Yeah, I think it's true based on like, if you did a per capita statistic.
Yeah.
I also think it's true if you base it on ease of access.
Yeah.
As in factors like traffic and geographic proximity to one another.
Completely.
There are just so many factors that even if the Bay Area, and let's be real, the East Bay, because San Francisco is not very vegan friendly.
No, it's not.
Despite what people who don't live there think. Which makes me sad because you always hear about people going to visit and they always go to San Francisco and then they're like, where are all these vegan restaurants? And you're like,
they moved to
cross
Berkeley.
the bridge. Cross the bridge, baby Tashton. You're not there yet.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll see threads in the Salt Lake City vegan group of people who are like, I'm so excited. I'm going to Oakland. It's so vegan friendly there. And I'm like, you do not realize how spoiled you are here.
Yeah, true.
Like there are a few really solid places that I miss. I miss Butcher's Son.
Yeah.
I miss Timeless so much.
The places that do exist in the East Bay are legit.
Yeah.
For sure. Like you said, Timeless, Butcher's Son, Flacco's, Sully Vegan.
Yeah, they're really good.
Where are some of our other favorite spots? Even Masab, which is not even vegetarian. Actually, wait, no, it is vegetarian.
No, they have meat.
They do have meat. You're right.
Yeah.
It's an Ethiopian spot right down the street from Timeless.
And I don't know if it still
exists. Which is a vegan coffee roaster and bakery.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
I don't know if it still exists this way, but it used to be. It is my favorite coffee roaster. But Monday through Friday, the Masab, like during the day, they would have a
buffet.
Yes. I was like, what is the word? I'm really tired. And it would be only vegan dishes.
Yeah.
So like super vegan friendly.
Yeah. And so good.
So good. Yeah.
We've eaten at a handful of different Ethiopian restaurants. I wouldn't say we're like connoisseurs by any stretch. However, it has been my favorite of every single restaurant I've tried.
Yeah. I feel like their balance of flavors is good and the ingredients seem fresher.
Yeah, the ingredients are fresh. The little salad that they put in the middle is always like just top nachos.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like here there are so many more completely vegan places.
Yeah.
And like Justin was saying, their proximity, you can like walk to a bunch of them from each other. Like you could do a food tour and go to a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
And you're maybe walking like a couple miles. Like it's really not bad.
Yeah.
And I just feel like, yeah, we're very spoiled here. This area is very spoiled.
Yep.
By vegan options.
Yep.
And so when we first came out here, we were spending more money going out because we were just so excited about all these places that, existed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And then we kind of scaled it back.
Yeah.
And then we decided to do the Exploring Salt Lake.
Yeah.
And then we way scaled it up.
Yeah.
To going once a week. And that was
a lot.
That was a lot. That was a lot of money to spend. So anyway, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we will. But there's some that...
A lot of money we don't have to spend.
There's some, too, that I'm excited to go back to once this is all over.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's going to be one of the great things about the Exploring Salt Lake series is that we're going to have an opportunity to sort of help these businesses that have been hit so hard by what's going on.
Yeah.
Be able to help them get a little more exposure and hopefully get some more business.
Yeah, totally.
I think it's going to be good for everyone.
I hope so. I think so.
Me too.
I'm excited to go back to Mark of the Bistro.
Yeah?
Yeah. I liked them. I like their food. I like their atmosphere. But I feel like during all of this, one thing that has really stood out to me about them is on Instagram, they're constantly promoting other small vegan businesses.
Yeah.
And that's been amazing to see. Like, they're like, oh, here's this local coffee shop. They're still doing to-go orders or whatever. And like, however you feel about to-go or takeout right now, I don't want to get into that, but I do think it's amazing to see them promoting these other small local businesses, primarily completely vegan ones, and being like, this place is doing stuff. Oh, you can order this one's gift cards online. Like, it's been really cool to see that from them, that they've been so supportive of other business owners.
Absolutely. I have kind of a fun pop culture question for you.
All right.
So we have listened to the audiobook of every single Harry Potter book, and we've watched all the movies.
Yes.
Movies aside, which is your favorite book and why?
Oh, that's a hard one. Honestly, there isn't a specific one that jumps out as my favorite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I enjoyed them all equally.
Well, if you had to pick one, like if Audible contacted you and said, Tashina, we're doing a thing where we're going to give every person one free Harry Potter book, the catch is you have to pick one and you can't keep the rest of them, and you can never listen to the rest of them ever again. You can only listen to this one. Which would it be?
Let me look up briefly. I don't, off the top of my head, I don't remember what all of them are about, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
Maybe Order of the Phoenix or Chamber of Secrets.
Okay.
Definitely not Goblet of Fire.
Yeah. There's something about Goblet of Fire. Maybe, I don't know why. Maybe it's again, we're supposed to keep the movies out of this, but maybe it's because we've seen that movie the most. There's just something about that one that I don't really enjoy.
Yeah. But I think
as much as the others.
Yeah. I think Chamber of Secrets and Order of the Phoenix have like some of the most interesting character and plot development in them. Like, I feel like in the first book, it's just introducing the characters. It's more lighthearted. It's more goofy. And I feel like there's not as much character development of some of the non-primary characters. And I feel like you kind of get into that more in Chamber of Secrets as well as Order of the Phoenix.
Yeah.
So I feel like it just creates like a more dynamic, interesting setup, cast, plot line, what have you.
Yeah.
What about you? Applesauce, come on.
Yeah. I guess I'm not totally sure what my number one would be either. I like Prisoner of Azkaban because I like Sirius Black. Which is also, and to your point, Order of the Phoenix, because there's so much character development and so much stuff going on.
Yeah.
I don't remember which one it is. There's the one where basically Harry's done with school. I don't think it's the first. It's not Deathly Hallows. What comes right before that?
Is that one Half-Blood Prince? I don't remember the names in order. That's why I had to just look it up.
Prince. Yeah. Huh. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
I guess I don't know.
I'm not like we listen to but I'm not like a hard, like I'm not like a huge Harry Potter fan. I enjoy them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't remember the titles of most of them.
Yeah,
and like what happened in each.
That's a good point. I think I'm kind of in the same. Yeah, and especially lately because we've been listening to them so out of order.
Yeah.
You know what I think I would really enjoy?
What?
Because I found that as I'm trying to fall asleep, that I'm enjoying a lot of like the dialogue and just talking. Like in Order of the Phoenix, there's a lot of just like talking about stuff, and especially as Harry's getting to know Sirius's family house, and they're talking about like the family tree and all this stuff and random things, or like I don't remember which book it is, but when what's her name?
That's mine.
What's her name? Lestrange and
Beatrix.
Yeah, and Narcissa. Narcissa.
Thinks stop it. Please.
When they go talk to Snape, and he makes the like unbreakable promise or whatever about protecting Malfoy. Draco Malfoy. But I also really enjoy all the stuff about Quidditch. And so I think, oh, did she just bite you or did she hit you?
She bit me. She's like, pay attention to me now.
Applesauce. You can't bite people for attention, even though that's exactly what you get whenever you bite someone. I think I would really enjoy a book that's just like not necessarily about Harry Potter, but just about a Quidditch team. Like, for example, if Harry's storyline were different and he went on to be a Quidditch player, and it was kind of like, you know, maybe the main book is him as a professional, as an adult, and maybe he's going into like a world championship, and through training for this season, he's sort of reflecting back on all this stuff, so that in the book you have all these stories of him as a kid, and so you have all this developmental stuff similar to like how you have Harry Potter kind of coming into his own, and then it moves you all the way through present day, which would be him or her. Actually, her might be a way better storyline because there's so much more struggle there.
Yeah.
And it could really like tell the story of how there's so much, such a, bless you.
Thank you.
The role that gender plays in society and all that, and how people treat you differently. And it does seem like from Harry Potter that Quidditch is a pretty even, like there are men and women characters on the teams.
Yeah.
Although when it gets to the professional level, I don't think we see that. I think it's pretty much
just dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I don't remember. I don't remember enough. Maybe that's not true. But anyway, I just think that would be a book that I would really enjoy. So if anybody out there wants to write this,
feel free.
Yeah. Tiff, I'm looking at you.
Speaking of books,
yeah,
I would like to see if I can find the movie of Wind in the Willows to watch.
Yeah.
I think that would be really fun right now.
Yeah. We have it on VHS, but we don't have a way to watch it because we have a VCR, but we don't have a TV. And I have a little thing that can connect basically turn your VHSs, digitize your VHSs, but you need a PC, and we both have Mac computers. So yeah, we'll have to find it on Amazon or something.
Yeah. I forget Amazon. But yeah, I definitely want to find that to watch. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you like about it?
About Wind in the Willows?
Yeah.
So many things.
Yeah.
It was my favorite movie as a kid.
When you were a little baby Tashi?
Yeah. So I've always loved things where it's animals as the characters, like the Redwall books. I loved those for the same reason.
Yeah.
I just think it makes certain things more interesting. I love how goofy it is. I think that's kind of it. And like, I don't know. There's just a lot of things about it that I think are very, very enjoyable. The books were good. I read so many of the series when I was a kid too, but I'd watched the movie first. It's like the movie I've been watching like my entire life. And yeah, the humor is silly. It's very British humor too. So some of it is pretty like sarcastic and dry, which is my kind of humor.
Yeah.
Like Badger being like this grumpy old man, and then you have Toad who's like super eccentric. Like I don't know. I love the characters. Yeah.
What do you love about Toad?
Toad is weird.
Toad is off the walls.
He's super. Yeah. He's like, Toad is a strange dude. My favorite scene is when they're getting back into the castle and when they're breaking in and he's singing and they shush him.
My favorite thing, or not my favorite, but one thing I thought was pretty funny is when we were watching it together and you were like you're like, oh, I didn't really realize until now that this entire thing is basically about like drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
Like it's
like it could easily apply instead of being about cars and stuff.
Yeah. It's not even easily. It's it's like you said, he's Toad.
Yeah.
Toad is he's an addict.
Yeah, he totally is.
Yeah.
It's super interesting. Oh my gosh, I remember as a kid I loved the scene. Okay, Ratty and Mole are out in the boat on the river and they're singing a song about the ducks and it goes into this like duck ballet and the ducks are like dancing while they swim. I loved that as a kid.
I bet you did.
Yeah. It's like this amazing synchronized claymation duck dancing.
Man, claymation is amazing.
Yeah. The fact that whole thing is stop motion and it's a full length movie is amazing.
It's not claymation.
No.
Those were not claymation ducks. They're stop motion.
Yeah. And they did. I haven't seen it, but I guess they did a TV series for years after the movie that was the same way and it aired in the UK.
Crazy.
Yeah. And I'm like, that's like how much work went into every episode.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
like all the characters look so good. Like for Ratty especially, they do like every little like fur line, and like they spent so much time perfecting it all.
Yeah.
So yeah, I highly suggest it if you can find it and you like Wind in the Willows, or you're in the mood for something lighthearted.
So Wind in the Willows was originally a series of books?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's more characters in the book series. But the movie is primarily based off the first in the series.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, did enjoy that movie.
It's cute. It's
Is it the
super cute.
only movie? So it's just called The Wind in the Willows, and that's the one? Or are there different movies?
I think there might be other versions of it, but
What do you mean?
like I think other
Like a Spanish version?
No, I meant I think there might be like an animated version or something.
But it's the same storyline?
Yeah, because it's based off the book.
Oh, so it's one book. It's not books.
No, there's multiple books, but the movie is based off the first book, The Wind in the Willows. The
Okay,
Wind in the Willows is the start of the series.
So there's multiple books.
Yeah.
But there's one movie based on one book. And then what you're saying is there are other versions based on that movie, but not other movies that are about other books in
There
the
are
series.
not other movies about other books in the series, but there's, I think, multiple movies based on the first book.
Got it.
And the one that you want to look for is stop motion. It's not animation. I don't know.
It's not claymation.
It's not
either.
claymation. But by seeing the cover, you could think it was claymation.
Yeah, I think that we had actually at first just kind of assumed that it was claymation.
Yeah.
And also I think that's kind of, especially growing up with like Wallace and Gromit and Penny.
I love Wallace and Gromit.
It's
Yeah.
sort of like, our minds easily go there.
Yeah.
I think we Googled it and they're like, oh, wait, no, it's.
Yeah.
you know.
But yeah, the ornate, like all the little details in the set are amazing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's nice.
It's bananas.
It's nice. I remember visiting Rianne and she had Wind in the Willows like figurines on her stairwell. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Ratty and Mole.
Did she know that you knew? Oh, okay.
No, we'd never. I mean,
what was her
this doesn't
response?
come up often in conversation.
Yeah.
We just talked about how great it was.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember exactly verbatim,
But she was excited that you knew and
Yeah.
probably surprised.
Yeah, I think so. I think being an American,
Yeah.
because I think it's more of a thing in British culture, since that's where the movie originally was from, and that's where the TV show aired and stuff. I think it's definitely more of like a British thing.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And I think I'm trying to, like, I don't know why we had it. I don't know where it first came about, but all I can figure is maybe it was like a PBS movie or Masterpiece Theater.
I'm sure your grandparents had something to do with
Yeah.
it.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah.
It's a good movie, though.
It is. I like it.
Well, it seems like as good a point as any to wrap things up.
Yep.
So we're figuring out what's going on with the shout outs.
Yeah. There's a ton of them.
So we're not going to do that in this episode because we're really surprised at how many of you actually watch and or listen to this whole thing. So thank you. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
thank you. It
like,
is.
Tashina and I are blown away.
Yeah.
Honestly, we talked about this in the intro, but we thought like maybe one person listened all the way through,
Yeah, I
and it was
figured if
probably
that.
like Tashina's mom. So we're really surprised that so many of you who did not give birth to Tashina listened to the whole episode. So yeah, we're figuring out a way to do something, I don't know, to acknowledge you.
Yeah, we are.
But thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And we'll see you next time.